Right now at noon, following two deadly ICE shootings within a week, a new nationwide directive ordering ICE officers to stop pursuing people in vehicles. And Senator Ron Wyden accusing RFK Jr. of interfering with congressional elections, why he's calling for a federal investigation this afternoon. Plus, a man hit and killed by a train near Cascade Locks very early this morning. What we know right now at noon. At noon, we are learning of a nationwide directive now ordering all ICE officers to stop pursuing people in vehicles. The directive comes on the heels of two fatal ICE-related shootings within a week. According to NBC News, the order comes exactly 1 week after ICE agents fatally shot 52-year-old Lorenzo Araujo in Houston. And now there is a growing outcry after a 26-year-old Colombian national was shot and killed in his car near Portland, Maine. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Gordon. In Maine, an ICE spokesperson says an ICE officer fired his gun because he feared for public safety when the person tried to drive off. Now the community and lawmakers are demanding answers. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
A community vigil in Maine overnight, where there's a growing outcry over an ICE officer fatally shooting a man. Surveillance video shows a new angle of a white car driving in a circle. Here you can see an ICE officer trying to grab the door handle. It's not clear if these are from before or after the shots were fired. Another video shows what appears to be federal agents pulling a limp body from a car and putting the man's hands behind his back. In a statement, an ICE spokesperson said the vehicle attempted to flee and that fearing for public safety, an officer fired his weapon, saying ICE was there conducting targeted surveillance on the last known address of someone with a final order of removal when a person who was not in the country legally left the house in the car. But Maine Independent Senator Angus King says the Homeland Security Secretary told him the intended target is not who was killed.
The person they were after was not the guy they ended up shooting. And then, as you say, the statement does not allege that the officer felt that he was in danger.
Two immigrant rights organizations tell NBC News the man killed was a 26-year-old from Colombia who was authorized to work in the U.S. and had been issued a Social Security number. The ICE officer was not wearing a body camera, also the case in another recent fatal ICE shooting in Houston, where Homeland Security says the man weaponized a vehicle against officers, though some Texas officials question that, adding that man had lived in the U.S. for 35 years and was also not ICE's target. The DHS Inspector General's office is now investigating the Maine shooting, according to a person familiar with the investigation. It comes as ICE is ramping up its arrests nationwide. A source familiar told NBC News the agency arrested more than 1,300 people this past Saturday and 1,100 on Sunday, up from 600 per weekend day on average last month. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And here's a look at some other national headlines this afternoon. As the U.S. launches more attacks on Iran, President Trump is now reinstating a blockade of Iranian ports. New video from overnight shows an exchange of strikes, with the U.S. hitting Iran's coastal defense systems and drone and missile sites. Iran retaliated with attacks on Bahrain, Jordan, and two tanker ships in the Strait. Yesterday, the president blamed Iran for breaking up a deal and said the U.S. would control the Strait.
We're hitting them very hard. We had a deal yesterday or the day before yesterday, was all done. And then they broke up that deal immediately because they found out there was something in the deal they didn't like. And they're wired differently, and we're not going to put up with it. We are just going forward. We're attacking them tonight. We're taking out all of their capability for anything having to do with the Strait, with the Hormuz Strait. And I think in the end, we will end up just controlling the whole thing.
Well, this morning, Trump said he's reversing a plan that would charge a 20% toll on cargo for safe passage. Economists warned that this would amount to a massive tax on global energy and further disrupt supply chains. Meanwhile, Senator Ron Wyden is accusing Robert F. Kennedy Jr. of interfering with congressional elections. In the complaint, Wyden says recordings revealed the Health and Human Services Secretary tried to convince third-party candidates to drop out of races that could jeopardize Republican control of the House. Wyden also sent a letter to the Office of Special Counsel to open an investigation into the matter. A trial is now underway between Washington State and Albertsons grocery companies over opioid prescriptions. The state accuses Albertsons of filling more than 6.5 million red-flagged opioid prescriptions between 2006 and 2022, contributing to the opioid crisis. Today, state attorneys claim the DEA educated Albertsons pharmacists about the dangers of opioid addiction, but the company ignored those concerns. They also cited multiple overdoses occurring in the store's parking lots here in Washington. The trial is expected to last through the beginning of September. And Warren Buffett has cut out the Gates Foundation from his philanthropy this year due to Bill Gates' relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Gates told a congressional committee last month he was not aware of Epstein's crimes. Instead, Buffett says he gave $6 billion worth of Berkshire Hathaway stock to 4 foundations related to his family. All right, taking a live look from our Rose City sky cam this afternoon. Looks like a repeat of yesterday with nothing but blue skies out there and another hot day in the metro area. Here's Chris McGinnis with more on that. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tim, a repeat, maybe plus 2 or 3 degrees.
There you go.
Yeah, that's just about right. And we'll take you to the Oregon coast. What a day at the beach, too. Check this out. The live look from Lincoln City here shows plenty of beachgoers out there. Blue sky along the central coast. The north coast is cleared out. Seaside and Astoria look beautiful. Currently 66 right now in Lincoln City, and clear sky over the metro area, of course, as well. This is the live look from the Springs at the waterfront in Vancouver, where it's currently 75 degrees. There's 77 in Tigard. Forest Grove and Hillsborough are already up to 78. We slide down to the south. Our state capital sits at 76. There has been some rain, some light rain showers across portions of central Oregon, and then as you get out towards like Grant and Baker and Malheur counties, we've had significant rain this morning. That rain is lifting northward, but that is certainly why that part of the state is cooler today, at least at this hour, than it was yesterday. Meanwhile, the Willamette Valley and the I-5 corridor, some of us a couple of degrees warmer, like case in point at PDX. It's 3 degrees warmer right now than we were yesterday when we hit 86. So goes to reason that we should be maybe a degree or 2 warmer this afternoon. We're currently again in the mid 70s, and I've got us in the mid 80s at 2 o'clock, and we'll stop just shy of 90, pretty close, 89 this afternoon with full sunshine in the forecast. Tomorrow's another warm day, and then, Tim, the storm system offshore that we've been watching with a threat for some showers gets closer tomorrow night and Thursday. I'm going to walk you through that with Futurecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thanks. We'll see you then. Right now at noon, crews are working to figure out how one person was hit and killed by a train this morning in eastern Multnomah County. Multnomah County Sheriff's Office deputies say it happened near Cascade Locks around 3 o'clock this morning. First responders say they found the man dead when they got on the location there on the scene. Deputies say they don't know whether the man was trying to cross the tracks. The investigation continues. A fatal crash involving a motorcycle closed down East Burnside from Northeast 22nd to 26th Avenues for hours last night. Portland police were called to the location shortly after 9 p.m. They say the motorcyclist did not survive their injuries. The driver of the other vehicle did stay at the scene and is cooperating with police. The major crash team is investigating just what happened, and anyone that has more information is being asked to reach out to Portland police. Well, a new audit says the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office has made some progress on improving jail conditions, but several key recommendations remain unfinished. The county auditor says the Sheriff's Office has implemented about half of the 10 recommendations that were made back in 2022. The auditor says the biggest concern is the continued use of solitary confinement, especially for people with mental health conditions. According to the report, misconduct citations result in solitary confinement 91% of the time. It also says the Sheriff's Office has not implemented a recommendation to create an independent review process for jail discipline and use of force cases. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek is in Portland today, highlighting a summer learning program aimed at helping students stay on track over the summer break. The governor visited Fabian School in Northeast, where students are taking part in free academic programs. The state-funded program is designed to keep students' skills sharp while helping them build their literacy, math, and STEM skills before the next school year. Today, Kotek said the program is also in place to help districts address budget shortfalls.
We know budget challenges are real. Getting to balance budgets and into the next school year has been challenging for some districts. But the partnership from the state with the dollars for the summer learning programs has really provided stability and continuity.
State leaders say the program prioritizes students from underserved communities.